When Daniel stepped into the hidden room for the third time, he knew something was wrong. The photograph in his hand showed a woman smiling beside him, a woman he could no longer remember. And still, he stepped forward. Daniel, 32, lived a quiet, controlled life. He kept conversations short, friendships shallow, and emotions neatly locked behind polite distance. He told himself it was maturity, it was avoidance, but he was too self-contained to admit that. Every night he returned to his apartment, silent and predictable, where nothing ever demanded more from him than he wanted to give. But lately, the silence felt heavier. Rooms echoed too deeply, and he caught himself hesitating before opening his own door, as if fearing what waited behind it, until the wall cracked. It happened on a Tuesday. He noticed a thin line on his bedroom wall, a narrow fracture glowing faintly from within. Not bright, not alarming, just curious. When he touched it, the wall softened like warm clay, and a small door revealed itself. Inside was a room no larger than a wardrobe. Bare, dustless, quiet. It smelled faintly of rain, the kind of scent he associated with moments he tried not to remember, moments when someone had once waited for him. And he walked away instead. When he stepped inside, the world seemed to exhale. The next morning, a memory was gone. The name of his childhood friend, Amir. He only realized it when he found Amir's old birthday card and felt nothing. On his nightstand lay a slip of paper in unfamiliar handwriting. Truth. You avoid connection because closeness requires honesty. He laughed it off. Nervous laughter. The kind people use when something is too accurate. Daniel tried to ignore it, but the room called to him, a quiet pull in his chest, so he stepped inside again. This time he forgot a coworker who once invited him to dinner, a woman he declined because he was busy, though he wasn't. The room left another truth. You mistake distance for safety. He felt a weight behind those words, a whisper of guilt. And yet, he went in again. The third time, he forgot the woman from the photograph, the one who once waited for him to choose her. Never did. The truth this time read, you can't lose what you never let yourself have. He hated how precise it was. But he couldn't stop. For the first time in years, something was happening to him, something he couldn't control. And he mistook that for meaning, like the room was giving him a shortcut to escape the discomfort he'd spent a lifetime avoiding. When he read the words, "Let yourself have," one phrase struck him. Let yourself have means to allow yourself something you believe you don't deserve. His voice trembled. Even definitions felt personal now. If you were Daniel, standing in a room that takes memories but gives truths, would you step in again? How many people would choose forgetting over feeling? Daniel stared at the door for a long time that night. Around it, shadows stretched and twisted slightly, as if the room was breathing, as if it were waiting. He wondered, if he kept going, how much of himself would remain? And more importantly, had he ever been fully there to begin with? On the fourth visit, something new vanished. Not a person this time, but a feeling. He woke, unable to recall the warmth of comfort. He understood the concept, but not the sensation. The truth note on his nightstand read, "You are running out of things to lose." Daniel finally panicked. The room wasn't punishing him. It was mirroring him. It erased what he had already abandoned emotionally. His friend, the co-worker, the woman he almost loved. And deeper than that, it began erasing parts of him that had rusted from disuse. Feelings he had starved. Connections he had refused before they even existed. The room didn't take anything he had held close. Because he had never held anything close, Daniel stood at the doorway one last time. The glow pulsed softly, waiting. Inviting, he stepped closer, and for the first time, he saw his own silhouette inside the light, flickering, unstable, as if the room wasn't erasing him, but revealing how incomplete he already was. He placed his hand on the frame, then stepped back. "Not this time," he whispered. "I need to feel what's left." He sealed the door with paint, not because he feared forgetting, but because he feared how willing he had been to let go. He picked up the old photograph again. He still couldn't recall her name, but he felt something new, the desire to stop running, the faint ache of wanting someone he could no longer picture, proof that something inside him was alive, reaching, refusing to disappear. Some rooms take memories, others take courage. But the hardest ones are the rooms we build inside ourselves, the ones where we hide from connection. And somewhere behind the sealed wall, the room hummed softly, as if remembering him even when he wished it wouldn't, holding the pieces he finally chose to keep. Do you think Daniel truly changed? And if you want more cinematic English learning stories, there's another one waiting for you next.